Hey everybody, my name's Jake. I'm one of the attorneys here at Denmon Pearlman. I actually run our new consumer protection department. And I'm here today to talk to you about some of the most, blatant things that bill collectors do that violate the law when they're trying to collect a debt. Now, everybody knows right now there's a big problem with scammers and robocalls and people trying to get your money by lying to you, right? But those scammers, those robocallers, they're taking a page out of a book that was written by bill collectors a long, long time ago. And that book resulted in some really good protections that the law has to protect consumers like you from illegal practices by bill collectors. I want to talk about the 4 most common things to look out for when somebody's trying to collect a debt from you. So number 1 is time. Now that seems pretty obvious, right? But there's a couple facets of this. Number 1, what time of day is the bill collector calling you? If they're calling you before 8 o'clock in the morning, that's a violation of the law. If they're calling you after 9 p.m. at night, that's a violation of the law. If anything like that ever happens to you, you're entitled to relief under Florida's consumer protection laws. And not just what time of day they're calling you, but how often they're calling you is also important. Because if they're calling you so often that the courts think it's harassment, that's a violation too. And again, you're entitled to recover under Florida law. So keep track of how often and what time these people are calling you. The second thing to look out for is language. What are these people saying to you when they're calling trying to collect a debt? Are they threatening you? Are they using abusive language or calling you names or being profane in some way? One of the things that I've noticed in my experience is that a lot of times bill collectors will refer to people as deadbeats. Pay your bills, you deadbeat, or you scumbag. That type of language is not okay under Florida law. If anybody uses that language towards you, they're violating the law. And hopefully you would never see a bill collector from a reputable company using threats of violence against you or your family or anything like that. But sometimes these companies aren't reputable. And every once in a while, these people will act like they're a loan shark on the street trying to collect money. So if somebody threatens you in one way or another, that's not okay. The third thing I want you to look out for is lies. And that's something that is common in this industry, so common that it had to be written into law to tell them that they can't lie to you. They can't try to collect a debt that's not real. That's a scam, and not only robocallers are using that, bill collectors are too. They can also not lie to you about who they are. They can't say that they're the police. We've all had that robocall. This is a call from the IRS, right? Everybody's heard that scam. But as it turns out, bill collectors use that same scam. They pretend to be from the IRS. They pretend to be from the police and say that they have a warrant out for you. If they're doing that, that's illegal. They're also not allowed to pretend to be lawyers if they don't have any contact with them. So if you receive a bill that says it's from a law firm, and it's not, call me. I'm here to help. The last thing that you should look out for, and the most common issue that you have with bill collectors, is shame. They will try to shame you in ways that is just unbelievable. They'll say that they're going to call your boss, or maybe they do call your work. Maybe they call a neighbor or a friend or somebody who has no right to know what's going on with your financial situation. Sometimes these people will go so far as to say that they're going to out you to the public. They're going to list your name on some kind of sheet somewhere and say that you're a deadbeat who won't pay your bills. Those are all violations of Florida law. And under Florida law, if they violate these statutes, you're entitled to compensation. Statutory compensation of up to $1,000 and all attorney's fees that you accrue in the case. So if you have any concern that somebody is violating one of these laws, you should reach out to a lawyer. You should reach out to Denmon Pearlman. Now, these are not all inclusive. These are not the only ways that bill collectors violate people. They come up with new tricks and techniques all the time. So if something happens to you and you feel like it's just not okay, even if it doesn't fit under one of these categories, call me today. I'm here to help.